Okay, so I had this nub tell me something about having to lay down on my back to look at the moon. This guy, he drew a picture and then held it up. And so we tried this, and God, the results were disastrous. As you can hear, Polly was trying to demonstrate it, and I wish I caught it on camera, but she ended up spilling the dog bowl and everything. It was exciting. I was like, well, when you're doing dumb things, 'cause dumb people said so on paper, it doesn't always look right in life as it does on paper. So you should probably give Lee's thing about his drawn moon thing. It's funny, but because you got to lay on your back to make the moon look right now. Because all of us high school students and just curiosity people and the people at NASA that they didn't know this because scientifically is the Christ guy. He talks to this Christ dude that tells him things. We usually call that schizophrenic, and the funny thing is, narcissism is a symptom of schizophrenia. If you actually look it up, he'll deny that because he has probably been diagnosed with schizophrenia based on the way he behaves. Anyways, we're back onto this whole. You can't just discount something because some idiot says it and sounds crazy. You got to actually kind of go look at it, like I have been the moon, saying that it's doing a cartwheel every night and rising wax and setting wane. Now, traditionally, our moon has always risen wax and set wax, and then it takes a whole month for it to, wax and then rise wane and then set wane. And it's never mixed that ever, and that would be confused, confounded, Isaiah 24:23. He's also in confusion of the verse, which in Bible canon says so. And I've drawn this guy a map, all right? Told him very specifically the Lost Book of Enki says that when the sister system, basically the suns and Neberu return, it makes Earth's axis shift. And it's not my fault that a lot of these interpreters have missed the fact that it says very clearly when the sun and Nibiru near Earth, which means that Nibiru thing travels with its own fucking sun, which some of you were smart enough to figure out. Now, it makes Earth's axis shift. Now, every space agency and popular mechanics in the world has said the same fucking thing. Earth's axis shifted, but they're blaming global warming and melting glaciers, which I argue is the blue sun, the blue Kachina, the ultraviolet sun's problem, because we've got our sun rising almost due north every morning, which is something everybody but Lee can see because he's busy on his fucking back trying to make everything look right, scooting around in little circles on the fucking ground like a fucking worm. All right. Now, here's a point that I was trying to make. We've got how to photograph the moon, and I will slowly scroll this, and it says nothing about laying on your motherfucking back to get a picture of the rock, the shiny rock in space. It's not a hologram. They make fun of flat earthers, so don't even play that here. We live on a fucking globe. Our globe axis is tilted, thus making the sky roll, which we have shown clearly in Homebrew's channel, the sun, Jupiter with its moons, and our moon, everything on the ecliptic, Orion, all these things are flipping, doing cartwheels. The goddamn winter hunter is rising on his back and then setting on his face. It's like, what the fuck are you doing over there, Orion? You're not hunting much, are you? You must be drunk. Go home. You look like Lee trying to fucking get a goddamn bearing on the fucking moon, laying on your back doing fucking cartwheels and spinning around in your fucking yard. Someone should lock that guy up. He's dangerous. He's feeding people antifreeze, making them feel good and sweet about fucking things, and feeding them poison and lies in the name of a Christ. It's amazing to watch because that's all you have to do is, oh, Christ told me, and then all of a sudden, oh, Lee saw a fucking vision in Christ, and fucking all else is go to fuck to hell. You know, those people are really lost. I can't help. But I can't stop pointing out the obviousness because, I mean, nothing's coincidence. This fucking guy provides a perfect learning experience every goddamn time he opens. Well, almost every time he opens his mouth. He's got like a dozen things over here. I'm accentuating on one because they all revolve around this Lost Book of Inky thing. And the fact that I won't bring it to him, it doesn't exist. Do you get it? It's there. You've heard it. Everybody else in the fucking world's heard it, but Lee hasn't heard it. So it doesn't exist. He can't go fucking exact to look at Irving Finkel. He reads the same fucking things fucking Sitchin does. The motherfucking sun that nears fucking Earth makes a fucking axis tip. All right? That's a sister system. Period. I don't give a fuck about what this man says, but he provides perfect learning opportunities to how not to be number one. He's a fucking insane lunatic. He's obviously on crack or some kind of fucking mind altering drug. Maybe it's ego because that's a really powerful one. And he thinks he's spoken to Christ, even though each and everything he says is made up out of his ass when he pulls it. So it makes you wonder if he isn't just a tile layer that his boss knows for a fact can't read a tape, so he hands him that dummy edge every time. And he has to remind him, if I'm taking an inside measurement, you got to butt it up against the fucking inside instead of holding the goddamn thing fucking like you're taking a length measurement. For God's sake, Lee. How many times you held the dumb end of my tape measure? You can't get it right. I got to draw you a map every time and show you, hand it to you like a spoon. See, I'm getting the picture here, who I'm dealing with, real fucking clear. But haven't you learned so much from this guy? Now, this situation that we've been watching on ISWA has crept up on us. I mean, literally, in the beginning, I don't have a frame to show you what it looked like in the beginning because it's been a progressive fucking train wreck for 3 years. The entire time, CERN's been down. And then it gets to this point gradually over 3 fucking years, and it gets to the point that meteorologists are realizing this, and then all of a sudden 52 fucking channels, including BP Earthwatch, start talking about CERN causing this. Trust me. Well, don't, because I've actually got it timestamped, thousands of fucking hours of footage of this happening over a long period of time right here. You do know that on my page, you got the video page over here. Normally, it'll start with your uploads. If you click that fucking button, you can go to past lives. Oh, wow. Fuck, man. You know how many fucking quakes we predicted over here? And fucking all the fucking knowledge dropped in here? Amazing. Okay? Some of them are 12 hours long. You people haven't even begun if you come at me with questions because your questions have been answered. And again, most now every now and again, about once a day, I run into a motherfucker like Lee over here on my page that isn't Lee. It's just one of you new people that come along and expect me to bring you a video I made. I brought you the channel. You're on it. And right here has more information than you will ever find on YouTube. So you might want to just push stop. Get your ass to BitChute. See how it's spelled? This is my page. Look, I'm going to make it flash. Dun, 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 dun. Now, do you think you can find it? Okay, because it's got videos on it. I put them there. Now, here's a beautiful thing about this page. It also is not monetized, meaning I couldn't give a fuck less if you click on it or not, because I'm not going to make a penny until you start looking and learning, not on this video, in here with the things I show you, so you can go find them your goddamn self. It's called fucking homework. Do you want to believe something or do you want to know something? That's the difference, because it ain't my fucking job to make you know something, you fuckwit. Get your ass over there and fucking do your work. I already did my work. Do I accept donations? No, I do not. I do not owe you any more time than I've put here and my fucking free time as it is. I'm a full custody dad. You ever hear them full custody moms whining about how they ain't got time to fucking hooty hoot? And they giving off to everybody, to their kids and their grandma and everybody helping them? Guess what? I ain't had that. All right. I'm a fucking dad, and I raise my kid, and I take my fucking time to put these fucking videos over here. You're taking food out of my son's mouth every time I got to come in here and fucking answer your stupid questions. Your questions have been answered, okay? And I'm going to let you know that, where you need to go, just like I'm telling you right here. And then if you ask me too many times, I'll just block you. I don't give a fuck. You bring proof or you fucking shut up and you go over here because I don't care if you're here or not. All right? That's the difference between me and every goddamn person you've ever run into. You can call me whatever you want because I've been called that at least a dozen fucking times. I don't care. I've put out the information. I killed a fucking 10,000 person channel because I had 800 fucking videos on there, and that's all anybody could talk about. Oh, you got too many goddamn videos. Guess what? They're over here on BitChute. There's like less than 100. Get them, motherfucker. Go. Ready, go, go, go. Leave me the fuck alone. Have a nice day.